Greetings, upstanders. Dr. O here. And look, this is no surprise to you. It's no surprise to me. So I'm talking to people out there who need to come to this realization, and maybe you can help me help them come to this realization. When are folks in this MAGA world, when are folks in this Republican space, when are these people who are, Republican leaning or Republican, who are not well-to-do, who are not the Scott Bessents of the world, going to realize that Trump is continually using you to keep the country divided so he can continue to rob and pillage the country economically? Like, when are you going to realize that? Like, this is coming to mind today with this post because, when he was talking about the SNAP benefits, he said, it's actually, a fact that I want to help everybody, and Democrats are the bigger recipients of SNAP and so on and so forth. But, I want to help Republicans and Democrats. It's a lie. It's a lie. Number one, nobody knows the political affiliation of people who are on SNAP benefits. Obviously, unless they're, they're registered voters, but I don't think there are people out there doing that research and comparison. What's also important to know is that what is true is that the people who benefit more from, Medicare, Medicaid, SNAP benefits and stuff are in red states, are in rural communities. That's more than inner cities. Like, that's a fact. That's a fact. It's a fact that states that are red states are going to get hurt more by all of this. Health insurance, all of the, premiums rising, all of this. People who are in blue states, of course, are going to get affected. You know what's also true? It's also true that, as far as I can tell so far, only blue state attorneys and the like are filing lawsuits against the Trump administration to try to keep things like SNAP benefits happening. I don't see anything happening from red state attorneys. None of that's happening. You know what's also true? It's also true that, as far as I can tell right now, correct me if I'm wrong, only blue state governors are the ones readjusting and moving money around, declaring states of emergency and all of this to get people fed, to get access to benefits that they have access to, only happening. Red state governors, red state attorneys generals and state attorneys and all of that are doing nothing to challenge Trump and doing nothing to make sure that these benefits get held. And even if you put in the chat, well, this one person in, Montana is doing whatever, then it's the examples are few and far between. One of the reasons that Black Panther leader Fred Hampton was assassinated on December 4th, 1969, it wasn't just because of the fear of the Black Panther Party. It was the fear of Fred Hampton's ability to reach across the aisle and talk to the masses. One video I show in my semester every class every semester is a video of him talking to white people somewhere in rural Illinois or someplace. And, this white farmer, is sitting there, is like, look, Fred, I believe that Fred Hampton is going to stand with me and I'm going to stand with him. We're going to stand with him. He believed in, bringing the working poor together of all backgrounds. And that was one of the main reasons he was assassinated. Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up is because y'all who are out there who are caught up in this MAGA sphere, who think this stuff isn't going to affect you, you need to start listening more to the Reverend Barbers of the world. I can run down the list of people, Flager, run down the list to understand that you are supporting a person who doesn't give a damn about you. Now, some of y'all, to be clear, we know. Some of y'all are happy with the misery as long as other people don't get ahead too. Some of y'all, we understand that misery loves company on many levels. And some of y'all will lose your SNAP benefits, will lose your premium, watch your premiums rise as long as more brown people get deported. As long as more black people get shot by cops who are unarmed. Y'all will be fine with that. But I'm sharing this to those of y'all who just might have had enough. Who just maybe feel like, this has gone too far. Yeah, I did ride with this guy, but now I'm really struggling. And it sucks that people have to wait until they're suffering to start to work towards ending other people's suffering. But that's part of the human condition as well. I mean, you still got J.D. Vance and MAGA out there talking literally this week about Haitians in Ohio eating cats and dogs. They got their whole ecosphere, their whole echo chamber that's working just fine for them. It's profitable. You got Katie Miller on, these networks talking about telling people to check their citizenship status. And maybe you're getting off on all of that, but you're not getting off economically. And look, if you're a millionaire, billionaire, chances are you're probably not watching this anyway. But if you are, you're balling right now. You're doing your thing. But the rest of y'all ain't. And so when are y'all going to start showing up in Washington? When are y'all going to start finding your Republicans who ain't doing a damn thing over 6 weeks or 7 weeks going into in your neighborhoods? You know they ain't home at, like Mike Johnson said, working hard. They ain't had a town hall. They ain't in no food banks. Show them, post the videos. When are you going to realize that you're being played for a fool by Trump? That Trump just continued to give you someone to look down on. And as Lyndon Johnson said, as president, you know, he learned at a young age that if he can convince the poorest white man that he's better than the best colored person, he won't realize you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him someone to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you. When did Lyndon Johnson say that? He said that as he was trying to sell his anti-poverty agenda to poor white folks. And they were rejecting it because they didn't want black and brown folks to get ahead too. If y'all could look, we're going to get through this. We're going to win. We're going to fight, but it could happen a lot sooner with a little more unity and a little more people coming to their senses, realizing that they serve a president who couldn't literally give a damn whether they starve to death or have heating this winter or have clothing or have electricity, because he's actually taking money and building a ballroom. This idea, we're trying to figure it out, my lawyers and so on and so forth, it's all a lie. It's all a scam. It's all a hustle. And if y'all know people who need to hear this, share it with them, post it, just do something. Because, like, we've recognized the game a long time ago. And y'all need to realize that y'all getting played in it. All right? Let me know what y'all think. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share. Let's get to 25,000 subscribers. Let's keep spreading the word, y'all, because folks just got to know we are all in this together, and we always have been. But the great trick of this society has been to keep pitting people against each other, and while they rob us. It's like James Tallarico said, you know, U.S. Senate candidate in Texas. He's like, we're fighting and battling over the wrong 1%. Transgender this, the 1%ers who have that. Like, it's the folks at the top. We got to do that work to call it out. Peace.